Hi everybody, welcome back to A Glittery Life. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I have something kind of exciting to show you. This is gonna be a sneak peek for some of you for, it's so weird, I'm gonna blind you with this like case because it's mirrored. It says NARSISSIST on it, and if you haven't seen those online or heard anything about that, you're gonna be really excited when I see this. If you're new and this is your first time checking out A Glittery Life, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. I've got a ton of NARS videos and I will link a bunch of those down below for you. So anyway, let's get right into it. Let me show you what this palette is all about. You guys, I am so excited about this palette. It has some of my favorite colors in it. I'm actually not gonna swatch these because I have a swatch video that has wet and dry swatches of all of the dual intensities. I'm gonna link that down below. It'll be a lot easier that way. This palette is a great deal. If you haven't bought any of the dual intensity shadows yet, I think they're about $29, so it comes in around just over 30 with tax. This palette is $79 for 8 shadows. Not full size, definitely more of a half size of the shadow, but there's still a lot of product there. These are some of my favorite shadows from this year. I love using mine. I think they're really fun to work with. They're very opaque, and if you use them wet, they become almost like a foiled metallic on your eye, and it's really, really cool. You can't go wrong with a look like that. I like to use them wet and dry. Often I will layer them, doing a layer of wet and then buffing in some dry, or packing dry shadow on over the wet. And I feel like they last a long time. I do feel like some of them transfer into your crease though, and so you have to be really careful as you're packing them onto your lid, especially if you're like me. I have a really hooded eye, and so it's gonna transfer while it's drying. Once it dries, it stays pretty well put. But if you're constantly like, but I typically, if I'm gonna put them on, I'll pack it on one eye at a time. I'll kind of sit there for a minute, let it dry, then I'll go to my next eye, work on that one, let it dry, and then I'll come back in and buff a little bit of my transition color or my crease color in, because it does transfer a little bit. Like I said, I have a hooded eye, so just about everything transfers if I'm not careful. So, but anyway, really gorgeous. Let me tell you what colors are in here in case you're wondering, and you just have to have this palette. I think you do. I think everybody should get this palette. So you've got Europa, Andromeda, Himalaya, Lysithia. I can't say that one right. This one's Giove, which is one of my favorites, especially for a smoky eye. Giove is amazing. This is Ursula Major right here. This is Subra, which is another one of my favorites. It's that really pretty like blackberry. And then this is Sorax, which is a really cool black. It's not too black, but it's kind of a really dark charcoal, which I think is really, really beautiful and not too overpowering. So this is a beautiful palette. I'm so glad that these are the shadows that they put in here. You can get this palette January 1st online or at the NARS boutiques. I'm gonna link the boutique information down below, because if you call to order, it might be on one of the days that I freelance there. I'm not there very often, but it's so fun when I am there and I get to answer the phone and talk to one of you guys. And shipping from the boutique is always free over $75, so that means this is gonna ship out free. The boutique is also fully stocked with the 10 exclusive Audacious shades, which I'll link the video that I have of those swatches down below as well, because if you haven't picked up those, there's some that you just have to have. The boutique has them on hand where you can't find them anywhere else. So anyway, you guys, I hope that you're excited about this palette. I think it's such a great, like I said, I think it's gonna be great for the money. I love these shadows. They're a ton of fun. There is a learning curve, but once you play around with them, you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, these are awesome. They're different than the ColourPops. They're different than the new Makeup Geek foiled shadows. People ask that a lot. They are definitely different than those. Different texture, very opaque like those are, but just a really different kind of shadow. And I don't have anything else like this. I don't know of any other shadow that gives you kind of the same effect that this does. So I hope this little sneak peek was fun and helpful. Once again, if you want to see swatches of the dual intensities, I'll link that video down below. And if you are a big fan of the NARS Audacious lipsticks and you haven't seen my other 2 videos swatching those, I'll link those down below. And then come back either Friday or Monday and I will have 10 more lipsticks swatched for you. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you later.